really know what to do with myself. I'm all alone. My quick drag. Oh, hey! Hi! It's me, Wilma Fingerdoo, with the Fingerdoo review of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 10, Episode 2. And I would like to say, Jorge, drink me, but, well, Jorge has the night off. And I'd like to apologize ahead of time for anyone who is tuning in to my live broadcast from Wilma Bar Lounge, 996 Queen Street East, because there were many technical difficulties. And I am not the person to handle these kind of things. I am just going to be honest with you. You know, this is why I have Jorge. I don't know why I gave him the night off, except for some weird, weak moment. Maybe it was when I was drunk. Could have been any time. He just asked me and I said yes, and that's the end of it. So, here we are. Sans cocktail, but full of drama. Now, we started this episode off by saying goodbye to Vanjie. Now, I don't know why RuPaul was laughing at Michelle Visage saying Vanjie, Miss Vanjie. I mean, except that it was just maybe funny to hear her say it. But I have to say, that moment for me last episode with Vanessa leaving was kind of heartbreaking because I wasn't sure if she even knew what the hell was going on. She's still in a daze, like she didn't know she'd been eliminated. And if I keep talking, they won't kick me out. I don't know. It kind of made me feel sad for her. But I felt badly that Ru and Michelle were making fun of her too, but maybe they weren't making fun of her per se as much as just laughing at the situation. Either way, the girls said, of course, bye to Vanessa, and there was Ru right away with this week's mini challenge with Andy Cohen in tow. And can I just say, why? Why was Andy Cohen there? I get it, he's a person in the world and all that, but I just felt like he was, you know, maybe out back huffing coke or something. I don't know what he does. I'm not a person in his life. And they said, oh, do you mind doing the show? They brought him in. Either way, he put on a little cowgirl hat and was there to help with the mini challenge, which was a hey girl, hey, RuPaul hoedown. The girls had to do quick drag, which inspired my look tonight. I just thought I'd wear a little festive, you know, peasant-y. Anyway, the girls put that, some of those girls look fantastic for quick drag. I loved Eureka's look. She looked like one of those mamas that makes pies and always has something nice to say to the kids. You know, hey, pie's ready. You know, she just looked fabulous. I just thought that Ms. Cracker looked completely like Ms. Cracker. That's quick drag. She's got that face down. Asia O'Hara looked very good as well. Asia's dancing made me laugh, and that little red bouffant thing she had going on just seemed to clinch the whole look together. And I think with the Vixen, she was just, you know, going to town. I think they were afraid to say she didn't win in case one of her fists hit them in the face, because she seems to be going that way if you are watching what she's saying to these queens. I'm just saying. So Asia and the Vixen won, so they were the team captains. They got to pick their teams. And poor Eureka O'Hara was last. And who cares? Who cares? Second episode, pick me last, whatever. You know, for me, that's a challenge. You think I'm not good enough to pick first? I'm going to show you I'm good enough to pick first next time, that's for sure. Eureka seemed to let that get under her skin, and it seemed to be the beginning of a downward spiral for her this episode. It didn't help anything either that Asia had no interest in having Eureka on her team, and had no problem being very vocal about it. It made me feel badly for Eureka because, you know, who needs that kind of cut? You already feel bad about yourself, and then somebody's cutting you down, letting you know, oh, here's why you should feel bad about yourself. The only saving grace, because it was starting to make me not like Asia, the only saving grace was even though Asia's opinion of Eureka didn't change, she did give her a pat and give her a hug and support her when she was having her little breakdown after the rehearsal. Now that said, even with all the problems that they were having, that whole team Asia seemed to be going into that lip sync ahead of the curve. They were good, they were happening, they were on it. The other team hadn't prepared anything. The Vixens seemed to be very well. There's people for that, isn't there? It was very, very telling that one team was prepared and the other wasn't. Of course, it was very telling that the other team that showed up without any choreography, all they worked on was character development and lines. Well, wasn't it funny that even though they were shamed into their lack of production for choreography, that they were the better lip sync team? Now, here's the thing. it came down to lip syncing, technically, because I think both teams did very well. Both teams had their high points and their low points. Like, I agree. Calorie Kardashian got lost in the background. She's so short. Why were they putting her in the back anyway? She should have walked in front of them all because she wasn't blocking anybody, that's for sure. But her lip sync was a little off. Monique Hart's lip sync was a little off. But worst of all was Eureka O'Hara. I have to say, I noticed that her lip sync was off in just the singing part when she was part of the chorus. And then when she started her solo bit, I was like, oh my gosh, that was terrible. I'm so serious. And I think that that's why Team Asia ended up in the bottom. Of course, there were some raw nerves and some loud emotions in the workroom. I mean, I was very surprised to hear Calorie talk about how picked on she had been for being heavier than she's now. I don't think she's that heavy. Look, she's short and round. She's lovely. But 340 pounds, I'm 340 pounds on my driver's license. It's not true, but that's what I say I am. I'm 6'4", I'm a beast. She must have just been like a ball of deliciousness that got rolled to and from school when people weren't whipping Coke cans full of urine at her, bless her. Because I know as a plump princess myself, I was always sensitive to my weight too, so God bless Calorie Kardashian. I was also it was very funny for me that there was Aquaria with her beautiful, and it was beautiful. She beat that mug. It was gorgeous. I would kill to have a mug like that all the time. She looked fantastic. But I love that it was, I think Asia, I don't know who it was oh girl, I was wondering what the hell y'all were looking at. Yes. There's some girls that are getting support, Calorie, and then there's some girls that they're letting fly because they know they're pretty and nobody needs to buff an already shiny piece of brass. Aquaria. The team that wasn't in the bottom, of course, was the Vixens team. They did very, very well. But I have to say, I was very surprised that the Vixen won for all of it. Again, I think they're scared of her. I think they're afraid she's gonna cut somebody in the parking lot if she don't win stuff. I'm just saying. That said, of course, the team in the bottom was Asia's, and they were red. I'm so glad that Yee Haw did very well. She did very, very well in the challenge, but I am so glad that Michelle Visage called her out on her drag by asking her, is that her best? Because I have to say, I kind of missed what the theme of the runway was. And while they were walking down the runway, even when Asia was first in that pink little glittery number, I was like, what's the theme? Is it Skater Princess? I don't. Best drag? Best drag? That was Yahuwah's best drag. I understand what she was saying. She didn't want to wear the same color that she had just worn with the caution tape and everything. But, well, choices, as Tati would say. I'm just saying, there you go. Go get the yellow and black out of your system early. I mean, if that was your best drag, you should have worn it. I can't imagine that Michelle Visage would have called her on wearing the same color twice when the first challenge was whatever she could get her hot little hands on. I was also sorry that Eureka got red for her onesie because, that was a beautiful leotard. It was really beautiful, especially when you realize, like, at her size, even just off the rack stuff, just one color, it isn't easy to find. So to have something like that made, and I have to say, even during the lip sync, I thought it was a little big on her. Maybe she's lost weight since she had it made. But it seemed to bag out a little on her, and maybe she should get that taken in, I'm just saying. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. But I'm glad that they called out these girls on their drag. I'm so glad that Dusty Ray Bottoms put her dots on without getting red for it, because she put them in this strategically into areas that very much, like a pop art painting, just little dots of color, just to give you the suggestion of something going on. And her onesie jacket with the polka dot scarf was delish, and I loved her hair too. So I'm really glad that she did well for the runway, because she did get a little bit of a hard time. She was nervous about her dots. But the other girls, everyone did well in the number, except for the lip syncing issues. The number as a whole went over very well. I thought everyone that I remember in it did well. As I say, I don't remember Calorie Kardashian, for instance. I remember being in there, but I was expecting her ass to be featured as some kind of moving tableau. But no, it wasn't really in there. I got more of Monique Hart's butt twerking, which is maybe possibly why the judges didn't remember her in the challenge itself. So, out of Team Asia, it came down to Eureka and Calorie. They got red for filth. They got put into the bottom. I'm so happy that Monique Hart wasn't. I'm also a little interested to see her reaction for not being in the bottom, because it really seemed to sideswipe her. So maybe this is a kick in her padded ass that she needs to really galvanize herself and focus. Be the crown. Come on, Monique. We love you. One thing I was very happy to see in the lip sync was that Eureka put on her high heel shoes. That meant she meant business. She was wearing her flats for the dancing. And you know, I understand she's nervous. She had the post-traumatic stress. I get it. But she wore the flats, and I think that put her into a headspace of watching her knee, because nothing that she did on stage was particularly challenging. She didn't do any big moves. She didn't do any, you know, like rond de jambes or pirouettes. Speaking of pirouettes, was anybody else gagged that Blair St. Clair did so badly during the rehearsal? Seriously. She's on knees and elbows, that poor thing. Got a pretty face, and that's where it ends, it seems, anyway. I mean, she did win a pageant, so she can't be the worst person in the world, but maybe she's the only one who showed up. I don't know, I wasn't there. Now, I have to say, I was not impressed by that lip sync at all. I thought that there were some moments that Eureka had that were great, and that's what set her apart from Calorie. But in general, I do think that Eureka of the two was the best, but it was a very lackluster. But at least Eureka had her red high heels on. It meant she meant business. I feel that RuPaul thought she meant business, and Eureka was the one to stay, and poor little Calorie Kardashian Williams waddled off. Bless her. Nobody wants to go home first, second, third. Nobody wants to go home. It's too much fun. It's too fabulous. And this is just a little life lesson for a lot of girls out there. There is some luck in this, but there's also that whole, you gotta bring it, and you gotta bring it hard right out of the gate. This is the thing with the Vixen. I'm a little upset with how antagonistic that she can be, but she's there to win, and she won the main challenge and the mini challenge. Episode 2. With or without that mouth, the Vixen is somebody to watch. I am so serious. Well, now there's one less girl. Who do you think's gonna go home next? It certainly won't be the Vixen, because she'll cut a bitch. Eureka? Maybe if she's still questioning herself. I don't know, maybe this win is exactly what she needed. Who's to say? All I can say is that you gotta tune in to RuPaul's Drag Race next Thursday, and the best place to do it is at Wilma Bar and Lounge, 996 Queen Street East, where I host the viewing party, and we host Untucked right after. That said, I just want to take a minute to congratulate Team V3, who won this week's trivia, RuPaul's Drag Race Trivia at Wilma Bar Lounge, our second one. This team is 2 for 2. They won the first one, they won this one. They didn't have a perfect score, but it was pretty close. 30 out of 33 possible points they got. So congratulations to Team V3. And if you're looking for something to do on a Thursday night and you want to watch RuPaul's Drag Race, haul your cookies on down to Wilma Bar and Lounge, 996 Queen Street East. If you can't, tune into YouTube for my live commercial breaks. I apologize again for the lack of them this time, but technology and I are this close. This is me. See, it's not good. Alright, so that said, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and don't forget to like the video, even if you're shy. Let people know what you're enjoying, what's happening, what's going on. And until next week, miss me! Mwah! Oh, and don't forget my Untucked episode. It'll be up Sunday, unless, of course, Jorge doesn't come back from vacation. I can't do everything.